Hey everyone, Jaquil here, and let's talk about the inevitability. Now, it's guaranteed. What they say, that if it ain't nothing, it's something, and it's always going to be something because it's never nothing. The first law of motion is that anything in motion continues to stay in motion unless interrupted by an external force. Now, this is where people get stopped because they feel that it can be one against many or the battle that they're in is a losing one. And I'm here today to tell you with hard evidence that that is not true. Marcus Aurelius once stated that everything that has happened to you has been set to happen to you since the beginning of time. And that can be a little deterrent because of the question of faith and destiny. However, Ephesians 2:10 states that we are God's handiwork and in Christ Jesus to do good work that was already set in advance for us to do so. This overall just gives you the perspective of you are already blessed with great gifts and abilities to become your true self. It's Vedanta in its full principle of the universe being with one. Now, let's go back to the beginning of the inevitability. Archibald MacLeish stated that man is his mind. Everything else you can find in a pig or a cow. This is only more evidence to show that you were already gifted from the beginning of time with great power and the ability to obtain more knowledge. So, when it comes down to the fact of wanting to be better, wanting to do more, we get stopped by that external force that just makes us contract. And the thing is, you don't want to contract because contracting doesn't allow you to open your full potential. Bill Proctor stated that the average person tiptoes through life to make it safely to death. I'm sorry, I just find that expression too funny because it gives you that sense of you were meant to do extraordinary things. You were blessed with the gifts to do so. And it would be a complete disrespect to our maker and a complete disrespect to ourselves if we don't go about how we do things. And I say that because we were meant to do great things. The fact that we don't know what they are just yet does not mean that they're not bound to happen. So the one things that you always want to keep in mind is that going for something that is well out of reach doesn't mean that it's impossible to obtain. It means you need to develop the new skills to be able to do so. There's another there's another principle in physics that I love, and it's just that the conservation of energy. Energy cannot be destroyed and it cannot be created. It can only be transformed. So if your energy is set to better succeed, if your energy is set for overall accomplishment, then you have the ability to do so. And at the end of the day, that just comes down to a choice. And greatness is a choice. Losing is a choice as well because you can decide to choose to just be at a loss, or you can decide to be better. And that's just a beautiful concept that anyone of any capacity can obtain. Jim Rohn said that in 5 years, you are surely going to be somebody. The question is, who is that going to be? And the thing about our lives is that our focus creates our lives. This is why people with children value their children so much because their focus is their children. This is why people can become so successful because their focus is their career. Now, there are the balances that needed to come with that. And it's not all about really what you focus on that only makes your life. It's about what you believe in that makes your life. You can have your concepts and your thought processes to any subject in the matter. You just have to be the one to create the focus that comes along with it. So, with me saying all of these things, the inevitability of your success is guaranteed because you already have the tools, you already have the energy, and you already have the creativity to do so. Because, as Grant Cardone stated, that you are never in shortage. And I'll repeat that. You are never in shortage of creativity and energy. Just like the conservation of energy, you transform anything that you want to become the version of how you want it to be. I say this with the utmost confidence that you have what it takes because you've already been blessed. Peace, y'all.